Hi, welcome to the series Learn Excel in 24 hours. In this video, we'll learn about some advanced trigonometric functions: a sin h, a cos h, a tan h, a tan 2, a cot h. So to begin with, I start with the value in degrees and I just fill up the first three rows with 0, 30, 60. Then I select this entire selection of row 2, 3, 4, and then using the drag and drop feature I start dragging things down. So Excel automatically calculates that we want to move in multiples of 30 degrees. So I do this for 0 to 360 degrees. Then we create the next column for value in radians, because we've already learned that trigonometric values in Excel are calculated on the basis of radians. Then I start putting in the formula, like the formula for arc sine. A sine is basically arc sine. The formula is a sine, and notice that if you look at the function, it clearly says there is one input variable, and that variable is the value in degrees. So the value for the calculation in this case will be the value in cell B2. We'll then repeat the same procedure across all the formulas for a sin h, which is the inverse hyperbolic sine, a cos arc cosine, a cos h, so on and so forth. And as you proceed to use these formulas, you can see that Excel tells you what is the function of a particular formula and how many input variables you need. And you can suddenly see we will have a challenge in the function a tan 2. Excel throws up an error. This error is because if you look at the function parameters for a tan 2, it says we need two input variables, the x coordinate and the y coordinate. Now what we have done for our input columns is just taken value of angles in degrees, converted them to radians. So we just have one input parameter, whereas a tan 2, the function needs two input parameters, and both the parameters are mandatory. Otherwise the function won't work and we get an error message like this. So we take the a tan 2 part out because we are only interested in single parameter functions for now. And then we finish off with a cot and a cot h. You can see that there are a lot of bizarre values popping up, which I am highlighting in yellow. Bizarre values basically pop up when the trigonometric values for those particular angles are not defined. Also remember, angles can be positive and angles can be negative as well. And so far, whatever we have done it with positive angles from 0 to 360 degrees. What we will now do is create another sheet and evaluate these advanced trigonometric functions for angles from value 0 to minus 360. Now as we are doing this, we also want to minimize the workload and work smart. So the first thing we do is copy the entire column A from sheet 1 and put it into sheet 2. Then in column B, I just multiply it with minus 1. So for the value in cell A2, I say B2, I say the formula is equal to minus 1 into the value in A2. And then using the drag and drop function, we do it for all the columns. And then we just simply copy these negative values, and using paste special and values, we replace all the contents of column A with negative values, and now we change the formula in column B to the regular radians formula as it was in sheet 1. Next, again, to avoid typing in the whole thing again, we go to sheet 1 and we copy the data headers from cell C1 to cell J1. Just copy that and paste that in sheet 2 across cells C1 to J1. Then we copy all the formulae in row 2 of sheet 1, starting from cell C2 going up to J2. So we copy and again use the paste special formula. So when we do paste special formulas, basically the formulas that were there in sheet 1 will also get copied over here. So paste special is one of the unique properties of Excel. You can do paste special values, which we did for the negative values. We can do paste special formulae, which we did now for the negative values in radians. And then we use the drag and drop feature to do the entire thing for the row set that we have. And again we see there are a lot of bizarre values that pop up, and the bizarre values that pop up are basically values in radians for which trigonometric functions are not defined. Last but not the least, these functions of arcsine, arctangent, etc. are not used as such by regular people with regular jobs. These are advanced trigonometric functions used by students in universities, engineering institutes, etc. Thank you.